Value exchange dynamic is a system of high productive and effective behavior. That's what it is.
Okay.
What you think about, you bring about. There's another expression I love. It's called energy flows where attention goes. What are you putting your attention on? So if we understand that money is energy and money flows, why would we hang on to anything?
Right.
So what we're going to do with this, use this system or this process to help you grow your business, grow your financial life, and do it in a way where you're the strongest. I don't know how many seminars you've been to. I've been to 1,000 that say, get out of your comfort zone.
Right.
Why would you get out of where you're strong? I mean, why would you do that?
Right. No, that makes sense.
People say for growth. So maybe if jumping out where you're strong and sinking to the bottom is growth, then so be it. That's not my kind of growth. You can grow where you're strong and you expand your base, and that's what we're about to do. You hear in baseball, they say get a rally going?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
The reason that it's cool to get a rally going is once it's going, there's a whole thing that keeps happening. A momentum has been built.
That makes sense.
And so you want to build a momentum. Okay. And you build a momentum in a lot of ways, but one of the ways is to create an affinity with someone else that wants to talk to the same customer you do. You know, how many seminars have we all been to where they say, make a commitment and, man, give it everything you got. Make that commitment and go for it.
Right.
I've not been to one to date that says, how do I get a commitment in the first place? Have you? How do you get a commitment? How would you think you get a commitment?
Just feeling that they're interested, or
It's not about them. It's about you.
Oh, okay.
It's not about them. So how would you get a commitment? So the commitment's also a byproduct. Nobody addresses that at seminars. They say, start with that and let's go here. That's like saying, go out today and fall in love.
Right.
We would all laugh at that.
Right.
I'm going to go outside today and I'm going to fall in love.
Right. Mark
Okay,
on
and
your
I'll get back
calendar.
to you about 10 after 5.
Yeah. Right.
How funny would that be?
Right. Right.
Commitment's the same thing. You don't just go outside and get one.
Right.
It comes from doing what you love. What's the fastest way to find a peace in doing what you love? It's so important that people understand that their strengths are their authenticity. Their strengths are their truth.
Right.
Their strengths are where they operate naturally. What a waste of energy to become somebody else, to then work with people that we don't identify with them, and the whole thing creates all that suffering. And then people wonder why they don't have money. That's why. Because there is no value in you showing up pretending you're somebody else. It's more work for the person
Right.
listening
No,
to you
that makes, yeah.
than it is for you doing it all. So if you want to feel like you have value as a person and be of value to someone, there's nothing more powerful than using your life force to encourage another human being. That's true value, when you really encourage someone. A new person, think of how much you can encourage them.
Yes.
To not be afraid and to start building some power for themselves. Those are spiritual goals. How can I use my life to be of value to another? I intend to use my life to be of value to another. People want to know, why should I work with you? And if you ask people, why should I work with you, go buy stuff and say, why should I buy it from you? And there'll be a blank look on people's face. You need to quickly respond to, why should I work with you? I'm one of you. That's why.
Right.
Number 2, I've aligned with a company that does nothing but support you. That's number 2, why. And so all that support will come to creating a perfect scenario for you and your family, or you and your partners, however you're doing that. So those are important communication skills. It's another reason I personally love marketing and sales so much, because it's about communication.
It is.
That's all. So I'm saying who I am and why I want to be with you. How cool is that? But the point is that you become more powerful as an impacting force, using your life force to be very specific about who you are, why you're doing what you're doing, and who do you want to do it with. Those are the 3 areas, and whatever your industry is, if it's banking, if it's insurance, if it's retail, if it's whatever it is, understand why are you doing something and who do you want to do it with. That becomes a human issue exchange. It would be like, what kind of friend do you want to have? It's not different than that. What kind of friend do you want to have? Not just your real estate people say, I can find a home for anybody. I'll be friends with anybody. It just doesn't really work. I consulted to a lot of banks that would say, well, we hold everybody's money safe. Well, yeah, but nobody remembers you for that. So be a bank that really loves insurance people. Be a bank that really loves the professions, attorney, lawyer, doctor, whatever. Be a bank that loves real estate. At the moment of commitment, the universe conspires to assist you. Now, in a lot of seminars, I'm sure you've been in them, you hear people say, just get a commitment and then give it all you got.
Right.
Does anyone ever find out how do you get one in the first place?
No.
It's never addressed, is it?
No.
It's never addressed. How do you get a commitment in the first place? You get a commitment in the first place by doing what you love. How do you sort out what do I love? What do you naturally migrate to? For me, I naturally migrated to business coaches and teachers for a very long time because I was interested in being the recipient of all that information. So it's something I absolutely love. The team that we're creating is very unique and very special in the sense that all our issues are around client service and care, all of it. So we want to align with others that are like where we're coming from. So as an insurance person, you buy insurance or sell insurance to people that buy their houses, home insurance, car insurance, whatever. How do you go about getting your business? Do you work with any teams, etc.? And you will find in that a personality match, or affinity we call it. There's an affinity as a likeness, a sameness. Other people very interested in relocating people are CPAs, financial planners, lawyers. There's a lot of issues. Website people. You know, pick all the issues around and say, we have it covered. And we've taken the time before we've even spoken to you once to put this team together, and it's amazing. And we're all on your team. All of us are on your team. So when you communicate that way, it's no longer about you and your partner. It's more about, here's where we come from to serve you. And you'll have more business than you possibly handle. Money is an energy. So an energy is, it responds to energy. So what's the energy behind $50 million? What's the energy behind $100,000? Are you attract to that, a match? Vitality is an abundance issue. It really is. And so if the more vitality you have, the more you do that to create vitality, the more energy you have, the more money you will attract, period. Somebody that has no energy, the couch potato with the channel changer, eating the pizza, you know, will attract a certain amount of money based on that energy that stimulates. And together, you put all this together in your plan, this is not 6 months down the road, Sarah. This is not a year down the road. This is immediate. You're talking about results immediate that you will impact, and people will be blown away by you. They will want to work with you because it feels so good, and you don't have the attitude of predatory practice. What can I make off of you? Rather, all these resources I have as a human being, all the resources I've gathered are for you, and how can I use them to serve you? And more money will come than you could ever imagine.